everybody, it's your girl. Sorry about the hair. I know. I actually am amazed on how it looked because I slept on it without wrapping it, and I had actually flat ironed it. So I'm actually proud of how it turned out. But I say I gotta stop with that clicking thing. That's one of the things I'm gonna try to work on. But I just wanted to, fill you guys in on everything. I know it's been a while since I made a post. So right now the whole world, in a sense, has tried to shut down for this whole coronavirus thing. And to me, I've been telling everybody I know, this is mass hysteria, point fucking blank. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to, it's an epidemic, whatever the word is. I can't pronounce right now because my tongue and my brain are not really connected. But I'm just saying, all of this was really mass hysteria because, yeah, I understand that, it is, it's something to be very cautious about. But at the same time, for me, it's so is the common cold, the flu, pneumonia, and all those other things. There are plenty of other things in the world that's fucking contagious, like fucking chicken pox. They don't shut shit down for that. And when the whole swine flu situation went on, we didn't shut the whole fucking city or world down for that either. So that's the whole thing that has been frustrating me because it's putting me in a predicament where it's it's some bullshit. I'm somebody who has major anxiety. I have my moments where I overstress about any and everything. And so the fact that I have tried my hardest not to overreact with the situation, because I am someone who overreacts, as everybody likes to say. But to me it's okay, so now that everybody else is overreacting, I'm not. And that's the whole thing I've tried to tell people and get people to understand. I overreact and I freak out so much because I'm always constantly going over my head thousands and thousands of different scenarios of what can happen. This scenario for me, I have looked at this scenario 100,000 different ways and have analyzed it multiple times. And I'm not just talking about with the virus. I mean, I've thought about things even more in depth than just the zombie apocalypse like everybody else. I have thought about things over and over and over and over again, to the point where it's all right, well, now that it's happening, I've already thought of every fucking possibility for me, just me. That's all I'm really concerned about. So I'm not going to sit here and freak out and do all this and that. And I'm not in the position, and I'm not going to push myself into a position where it's going to fuck me later. I feel like it was really childish for a lot of people to go out and overstock and shit when it's I understand that they were saying things were going to shut down, but don't overdo it. Because there are people who don't have the ability to and can't. For people like me, it's just me in my home, so I am the only breadwinner. And there is times where I can try to get stuff, and then there's other times where I have to mostly focus on my bills, so I don't have the option to overstock and get this, that, and the third. So by the time I finally get paid, everybody else has already bought everything up, and now I'm trying to scrounge and trying to find things. But at the same time, I still have to continue on with my daily life because my work hasn't shut down. I haven't been sent home at all. I still have to wake up every fucking day and go to fucking work, and work 9 to fucking 5. Well, sorry, 8 to 5. And then on top of it, it's an hour one way to work. So it's an hour commute there, an hour commute back. That's a total of 10, 11 hours out of my day that I don't have time to try to go and shop. Now, yeah, I can understand. I could try to take a lunch, but hell, we literally just moved to Detroit, in January. Now, I'm not saying I don't know the city and this, that, and the third. I do know Detroit, but the area we in is an area I'm not familiar with. So, yeah, I'm on guard. And then the whole thing about my job is they don't want us to have certain things. So, it's I'm not in the, I don't do the city like that. My people in the city. If I'm going to the city, I'm going to be with my people and be with people that I feel secure with, because I'm not about to sit here on my lunch just to try to go some random ass fucking place in Detroit. I ain't that stupid. So, yeah, that shit kind of frustrates me, because then it's people telling me, well, you need to prepare. You need. I don't know what happened with that last one, but picking up from there. So, like I was saying, I don't have a whole lot of options. And, I have always said that I've tried to get off of my parents as I've gotten older. And it's frustrating times when I'm listening to people telling me, like, oh, well, you need to prepare, you need to do this, you need to do that. And it's like, well, shit, I'm trying, but I don't have a whole lot of options. And, of course, at the end of the day, guess who comes to my rescue? My mom. She helps and brings me supplies. Like, baby, I understand. You're doing everything you can. You're trying to work. And, you're still trying to take care of your mental. And you're still trying to make sure you get your meds. You're trying to make sure you eat. It's like I'm trying to make sure I do a lot of things. And for me, yeah, it is difficult because, sometimes I think that people don't think about the fact that everyone is different. Everything is, and I say this, it's always about perception, because my perception of something is completely different than like one of my close friends. Like, everybody has gone through their own things in life and see things in their own life. And for me, it's like, sometimes I just feel like people don't understand that some of the difficulties I go through in everyday life is regular shit that, everybody else doesn't have to deal with. So there's times where it's like, just when I get frustrated, trying to get that feeling and get it under control and trying to not let it destroy my entire day. Like, if I get mad at 8 in the morning, there's been times where I will literally be mad from 8 in the morning until 2, 3, 4 in the morning. And I mean, like, hours, 16, 17 hours later, I'm still pissed off about the same damn thing. So those are those kind of, like I say, daily challenges that, not everybody would necessarily understand or has to go through. Like, some people, like my poppy, he don't let shit phase him. He don't get mad about a damn thing. And that, I want to be like him so bad, but, I struggle with my emotions and regulating my emotions. And, I go to DBT, I have a therapy. I've been doing so much to try to work towards bettering myself with this. And, yeah, there's still times where I feel like people still doubt me, people try to put me down, people still say I'm not. But in my mind, it's like, yeah, sometimes that shit really do hurt, because when it's coming from people who I hold near and dear to me, and I ask, like, please just understand, please be there for me. This is a hell of a journey that I'm on. How do you think I feel being in my head all the time? I always feel alone, because it's like I just always feel like a lot of people don't understand or get or be empathetic to what I go through, because I don't necessarily ask for sympathy. I more so ask for people to just be empathetic and put themselves in my shoes and to understand, like, hey, sometimes I have difficulties that you may not have. That doesn't make me any less than you. That doesn't make me any dumber than you. That doesn't make me... It makes me human. That's the whole thing about it. That's what makes me human, because it's showing that I have flaws. I'm not perfect. I'm not supposed to be perfect. As hard as I try to be perfect, I will never be perfect. And that's something that I struggle with, that I deal with all the time, because I was always trying to be perfect, because I've just felt like, if I'm perfect and I do everything right, everybody will be happy. Well, in the end, all I ever realized is I was the one that was never fucking happy. It's like, as much as I did for other people, make them happy, I would still be unhappy, because it's like, okay, yeah, sometimes I ain't gonna lie, I do things to make people happy. That is what I do. Yeah, it does make me happy, but it makes me happy when people are appreciative and grateful of it. And I've learned at times that I have tried to make people happy and tried to be perfect for people, and it was like, it was never just fucking enough. Like, and the main person that I really, like, dealt with this with was my father. Like, I've always tried to be the perfect daughter for him, because, he's a hard ass in a sense. And it was like nothing I could ever do was good enough for him, because it was like, okay, say for instance, graduated high school. I want to say I was 9th in my class. Now, don't get me wrong, it was like 100 of us, but still, like, I came out 9th. I have a small learning disability where I struggle with comprehension. So for me, like, to make it as 9th in my class, having this learning disability where in my senior year I was going to Sylvan, which, he ain't paid for, my mom paid for, because I had constantly told him, like, I struggle with this. But at the same time of doing that, I also went to Washington. So it's like all these accomplishments I thought I had, and all my dad could tell me was, oh, well, there was 8 other people ahead of you. So apparently you ain't work hard enough. And it was like, well, damn. So that's where it was like, that trying to be perfect. And I still, for years, tried to work towards it because I was like, okay, if I can just do better, be better, do better, be better. But now I'm to the point where it's like, you know what? I'm starting to not even give a fuck about how people feel no more. Like, for real. Because it always seems like, I try my hardest to put those that I really genuinely care and love. I really genuinely take their feelings and things that they like and dislike and what they don't want, and I really try to take those things into consideration. And when I feel like I don't get the same thing back, that shit really does fucking hurt. And so now that's why I'm getting to a point where it's like I'm starting to not care about a whole lot. And it's like, look, I love the friends I have, but hell, if I lose you, I'm sorry. It's apparently like I have to start doing more things that make me happy. And if I come across a certain way, I apologize. This is a whole damn new journey for me. And if you can't understand that, then that shit to me is like fucked up, because I would try to be understanding to, okay, you on a whole new journey. Okay, you're going to make some mistakes. You ain't going to get it right. I understand that. Yeah, we going to butt heads. Yeah, we going to get mad at each other. All right, let's go sit our asses down. Take a breather. Step back. Maybe try to talk the shit out. Talk about it a little bit later when things ain't so hostile, to try to figure out, okay, I understand, you trying to do things differently, but, I just didn't like this. Like, try to come at a person differently. And that's something that I'm really trying to learn how to do more myself, honestly. But, like I said, with everything that's been going on, it's been real hectic. It's been real stressful for everybody. And the thing that I find to be really fucked up is, as stressful as it is for everybody, don't nobody give a fuck about the next person. And that's really fucked up. Instead of sitting here being mad and fighting each other, we should. It's a red jay. It's a red bird. I ain't even lying to you. I'm dead ass serious. It's beautiful. But anyways, it distracted me. To me, that's good luck. But anyways, like I was saying, it's just like we should be there to support each other instead of fighting each other. Like, that shit don't make no sense. Like, uplift each other in this time. Like, I understand, everybody's scared, and I understand, that there's risk with it, but at the same time, don't be rude, don't be hateful, don't be mean, because that shit all gonna come back on you. Honestly, you want to be honest with you? The whole thing that's been killing me is, through all this shit, this whole motherfucking year, the worst the bitch done had is a goddamn sinus infection. I find it funny because I've had some people who done got sick multiple times for whatever the case, whatever the reason. And it's like, wow. I say, I deal with so much and I got so much shit going on. But then at the same time, I'm like, I don't get sick because I do things like I give hugs. I'm a hugger. I love hugging. And I try to give people the biggest and tightest hug I can, because I'm like, when I do that, it's releasing different endorphins in the brain, and that helps. With depression, it helps with building your immune system. That's something I talk to my therapist about all the time. Every time I leave her, I be like, give me a hug. She can be sick. She be like, oh, I'm sick. I be like, all right, bring it in. Give me a hug, mama. Give me a hug. She be like, are you serious? Yeah, dead ass. I want a hug. And she be like, all right. She give me a hug. Next time I see her, she be like, you know what? I don't know what it was you did. She was like, but all I know is I gave a hug, and I felt better, and I felt good. And I told her, see, that's the thing about a hug. A hug can be healing. All of that can be healing if you allow it. And I know I'm a major stressor, and at times it concerns me about my health, about how much I do stress. But anyways, moral of the story is, Be nice. Stop being hateful. Stop being rude. Stop freaking the fuck out. And chill out with all of this shit. Like, y'all creating a lot of fear that doesn't need to be created. And no offense on how this gonna come out, but a lot of y'all know y'all president is full of bullshit, so don't listen to whatever the fuck he say. Like, for real. Really look into shit and get your own info. Don't believe everything you see. Want to be honest, in my mind, the news is the biggest terrorist around. Because all they do is put fear in us. That's why I don't watch that shit. I don't like looking at the news. I don't like newspapers, none of that. Because all they want to do is put fear in us. I don't need that fear. It's already enough fear just getting up every day and going through life. I don't need nobody else adding any extra shit that I don't need on me. But, you know, I'll make another one in a little bit. I know, like I said, it had been a second, but I love you guys. See baby out.